Bad Wolf MTG here. Bad Wolf MTG here, and this is my FNM story. This week for Magic, I ended up not going to my LGS. I was out of town over at my in-laws' house for Thanksgiving, and there are not very many LGSs close to where they are. It's like a good 20-minute drive when normally here my LGS is like 5 minutes away, so 20 minutes is a long time to go. And it was snowing, and there was pie and turkey and stuffing and mashed potatoes, and I really didn't want to leave the house. Plus there was a roaring fireplace, and it was just blissful, wonderful Thanksgiving. So instead, what I did was I brought a whole 2 bags worth of decks and forced my little brother to play Magic with me. Okay, forced isn't quite the right word because he actually brought some of his decks over. He started playing Magic when, right before a few years ago. Afterwards, he left and started really getting into it while he was over in France. And so all his Magic cards were in French. So we're trying to have conversations about Magic cards and abilities and what they are actually doing. And there was a little bit of a language barrier. So at one point we were trying to figure out what this rebound mechanic was that it's called in French, but it's not actually rebound, it's jumpstart over here. Luckily, I know a little bit of French, so I was able to read it, and then I actually had the card in my hand too in the English version, so I was like, oh, that's this! Now I understand. But it was a lot of fun playing with him. He is super smart and he's very good at Magic. He just doesn't have a lot of cards right now and a lot of money to spend on cards, so we gotta talk over ways to improve his decks and cheap ways to do that and good ways to do that. But he is running a red-white, no, not a red-white. He's running Izzet spells kind of top in with Izzet and stuff like that. And so I battled him against that. I used a bunch of the challenger decks because I wasn't sure if he has complete standard decks, so I was doing some pioneer ones, and so I got to play my red green pummeler deck, which I absolutely adore, and I did the mono white aggro challenger deck as well against him. I ended up winning everything. I felt a little bad, but his deck needs a little work. It didn't have a lot of interaction, and all the decks I had that I was facing him with were very aggressive, so it was not a good matchup, but I didn't really want to play any of the control decks because those are not my style of play. So after we got a couple games in that way, then I busted out my Tiny Leaders deck, so forced him to play Tiny Leaders with me, and I got to test out my Judith deck, which I haven't actually played, but I have it in paper. I haven't even sleeved it yet. So I was playing unsleeved cards, and it was really, really painful. But I ended up slowly grinding out a win and magically drawing all the right cards I needed. He was playing my Shu Young Prowess deck that I built and I absolutely adore and love. So he was playing that one because usually that one I can win. Mr. Bad Wolf hates when I play that one because he's like, you always give yourself the best deck. You always give me a crappy deck. So in this case, I let my brother pick the deck, he chose Shu Yan, and I was like, okay, I'll test this one out. And he just didn't draw all the right cards and didn't really know how to play it. I tried to tell him, but he was like, I got it. I was like, okay, but this, you gotta know there's like 3 creatures in there and you gotta have a creature to play this. So it ended up turning out fine. We had a lot of fun. And then we stuffed our face with a turkey and stuffing and mashed potatoes, and I got a new box for my cube because I realized that I needed another one for actual deck transportation. So now I have 2 matching ones for the cube and one's for the deck transportation, so I'm really happy about that. We did end up going to the LGS on Friday. No, we went Friday during the day when Grandma could babysit baby Chandra, and so I took me, Mr. Bad Wolf, and my little bro. We went to the LGS and no one else bought anything except for me. I filmed this and I had to have it, and so now I have it, and it's beautiful and wonderful and awesome, and it was on sale even because it was Black Friday sale. And so I can't decide if I'm just going to hang it up on the wall right behind me. That actually might be a good idea. Or if I'm going to use it as my keyboard and key mouse. Or if I'm going to use it as an actual playmat. But the important part is I have one now, and I've been wanting one for a while, and it was like the best Black Friday ever. So I'm super happy about it, and it's super pretty. So that was my Magic the Gathering week. Let me know about yours in the comments below. How much turkey and stuffing did you eat? Like this video and subscribe for more.